Hi, and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. How was your last week? How did it go? What are you anticipating is going to happen next week? Are you expecting it to be a good week? Or are you apprehensive? Are you a bit scared? Or are you excited for what's to come? One of the things that we talk about at work towards the end of the week is what plans each of us has for the weekend. And then guess what we talk about on Monday? Yep, how did the weekend go? Yeah, we humans, we like talking about what we're doing. And the better friends that we are with people, the more we open up about things that are going on in our lives. I've said before, but it's probably worth saying again, that being a Christian and following Jesus isn't about some sort of code or a set of rules. It's about starting and growing a relationship with God himself. You literally become friends with God. Now, when you're friends with someone, you talk to them. Otherwise, that friendship isn't going to go very far, is it? One of the reasons that friendships end is because friends stop communicating. Maybe sometimes through circumstance, but maybe sometimes, sadly, things happen to break the close link that we once had. Now, a relationship with God is no different. We need to talk to him and listen to him as well. One of Jesus' disciples gave this advice. He said, if you're having trouble, then pray. Okay, that makes sense. If you're feeling good, then pray. Okay. If you're sick, ask others to come and pray with you. If you know you did something wrong, then you've got it, pray. Maybe even with other people who can encourage and help you. You see in the pattern. Whatever is going on, pray. Talk to God. Tell him what's going on. Now, you might say to me, Ian, why do I need to do that? After all, if you tell me that God knows everything and sees everything, then he already knows. So what's the point? But think of it more like a small child. They will come and tell you about something amazing they found. Maybe it's just something, a stick or a leaf or a feather. Or they'll proudly tell you about something they've done. Maybe a picture they've drawn or something they've made. And we smile and we encourage them. And it's no different with God. He loves to listen to us and hear what we've got to say, what we think. Prayer is nothing more than an ongoing conversation with God. A lot of people think it needs to be fancy words or follow a set pattern, be somehow very formal. Some will even speak in what we would call King James English, the language of 400 years ago. But in reality, it needs to be no different than the conversation you have with a good friend about your plans for the weekend or about something that's worrying you. If you ask me what the point is, well, God knows. And that's amazing in itself. Is it going to make a difference if we pray? Well, one of the promises that Jesus made was that God will hear and will answer every single prayer we pray. He'll never, ever ignore us. The answer might not be what we want. This isn't some sort of magic formula. When I ask a friend for advice, they may give me different advice than what I myself thought was the best thing. Someone once described to me that they thought God gives one of three answers: yes, no, and not yet. I think there's maybe a little bit more to it than that, but it can be a helpful way of thinking about prayer, although I would add a fourth one. Yes, no, not yet, and actually it would be even better if, and something else. If you're not used to praying, then, why not try it this week? No one else needs to know. God hears us even if we don't speak out loud. But talk to him about your hopes and dreams. Talk to him about your worries and concerns. Give things over to him and ask him to make a difference. After all, that's not going to make a situation worse. You might just be surprised by the result. God bless you. Have a great week, and I will see you next time.